UEFA has admitted that there could be some serious failings at the Europa League final in Dublin if Liverpool and Rangers make it to the final. Welcome back to Fog Football. Let's just talk about it, of course, because they're hyping Rangers up something chronic on Sky Sports News, and absolutely, because I tell you what, Rangers will bring a hell of a lot of fans, an absolute hell of a lot of fans to Dublin. I mean, you've seen 2008, Rangers bring loads of fans anywhere, so let's not pretend that just because it's in the UK, well, Manchester was, obviously Ireland's not in the UK, used to be, they'll not bring any fans. Of course they're going to bring fans, right, and I think that is the problem. I mean, obviously, it's looking ahead on UEFA's part, right? There's a lot of, it's being optimistic, right? I mean, is it realistic that Rangers can get to the final? Absolutely it is. Because, you know what? We've done it 2 years ago. Albeit I think the team is a bit worse than then, right? I think Clermont is better than Gio, I do. I think Clermont, well, obviously I think I do. I think Clermont just can get more of a worse team. And if we could do it 2 years ago, there's no reason why we can't. There's going to be people laughing like, Rangers get no chance. Right, saying we've got no chance is just factually incorrect, because we're a great club. Like, the way some people are reacting that Rangers could get to another final is like if you said Shamrock Rovers or Linfield or TNS or something. I mean, the disrespect that does get put on the Scottish game is a joke. To be even considered to be in the same category as like any other league in the UK and Ireland is a joke, man. It is, right? Because have Sligo Rovers beat Motherwell, for example? Did Connacht Nomads defeat Kelly? But you have to look at them and actually highlight the magnitude of how bad Kelly and Motherwell were. You have to. I've heard people compare the Northern Irish League to the Scottish League. I remember being in a taxi a couple of years ago, and a guy claimed that the league's on the same level. And I was like, well, I don't remember the last Northern Ireland team to even get into fucking Europe, let alone a European final. So people need to know their role. Rangers are massive, right? And I get it, the size of the club doesn't automatically mean that you're going to steamroll two more teams, to get to this final. Well, we have to get past Benfica first, obviously, but why is it a policing threat? Some people may be wondering, well, because obviously on the island of Ireland, anyway, Republic, Northern Ireland, there's a shit ton of Liverpool and Rangers fans. Of course, obviously, you do get Rangers fans in the south. I mean, there's supporter clubs in Dublin, I'm sure there's supporter clubs in other cities in Ireland, but obviously in Republic there's going to be way more Liverpool fans than Rangers. That's just to be expected, and I think that's another whole can of worms on its own. I would say, in terms of the British Isles and the Republic of Ireland, I would say Rangers and Celtic are only behind Liverpool and United. And what I would say is, Liverpool fans they're more passionate than United fans. There's been a lot of rage about Trent saying the trophies mean more, right? You can obviously think that, but I do value the Old Firm is that high up. And the only reason I do think it is because of things like that, because I heard Mark Goldbridge touch on it. See, over in the Republic, I mean, it's like it is like Liverpool United. That's pretty much what it is. Now, you do get people that support other teams, right? But at the end of the day, that's what it is. And I mean, you can argue that's a bit cheap for a nation that hates the English and they'll support two English teams. I mean, not everyone hates the English in Ireland, right? I get it. I mean, some of us in Scotland hate the English, etc. There's divides. I know, I'm well aware of everything. But you could argue that's cheap. And also, Liverpool do have an Irish connection, but let's not paint Liverpool's Irish connection as anything. Like, we sit on this channel and laugh about Celtic and their Irish connection. You've got people from Glasgow pretending they're Irish, and etc, etc. And even though they've never stepped in one county in the 32, right? Whatever. But at the end of the day, Liverpool, they don't even acknowledge it. I mean, they're not really. They're an English club, the same way Celtic are a Scottish club, just founded by some Irish men. I mean, founded in Scotland. That's it. That's the gist of it, folks. But obviously, like I said, United and Liverpool, that's what it is down south. I mean, but obviously there's a lot of Irish Celtic fans. While in Northern Ireland, obviously Protestants. I mean, pretty much every Protestant here that's into football will say they support Rangers. And it works vice versa for Celtic on the Catholic end. So that's why it's going to be such a policing problem here, because you don't even have to fly down. If you live on the island, you can just drive down. And the amount of Rangers fans in Northern Ireland alone, counteracting the amount of Liverpool fans in Republic and Northern Ireland alone, add in the hundreds of thousands that would be coming from mainland Britain, you can see why it's going to definitely be a police issue. But here, I welcome it. I'll be there with bells on. I mean, I don't think the streets of Dublin can cope with it, and not just because I'd be there, because the amount of people that'd be there. I mean, they're talking about opening Crook Park up, which holds 82,000. Again, that could turn messy. Very messy. I mean, when was the last time Rangers played in Dublin? I believe it was Bohemians, 1984. I think they actually beat Rangers that day. I mean, obviously that's during the Troubles, like, so, I mean, if it was relatively alright then I think in 2024 it wouldn't be too bad in terms of violence. But here, I welcome it. The only thing I wouldn't welcome is the fact that Rangers going up against Liverpool would probably result in an L.